Welcome everybody to Games Cast by PanderNyrl. If you wish to see more commented games, please follow my YouTube and Twitch pages below.
On the blue team, we do see an Ezreal, Janna down bottom, Shen up top, Twist of Fate in the mid, and a Xin in the jungle. For the purple team, we see a Xin Zhao in the jungle, Taric, Draven down bottom, Malzahar likely in the middle lane, and a Rumble up top. I'm interested to see how Malzahar does, as I've not seen a Malzahar in a long time. It's interestingly gone for the double escape summoners, likely to prevent the combo Twisted Fate and Shen being anywhere they want on the map. In addition to Xin being able to jump wherever he chooses with his really high mobility. And that roam strategy for the blue team is going to have to pay off. Blue team has one kill as we join in at the 450 mark here. Taric getting low and will be taken out by this ignite by Ezreal. Picking him up a kill. Draven getting low as well as Janna just jumps in here and does a good bit of damage. But I don't think he'll go down as Ezreal doesn't have the mana to finish him off. Though he will send him back to base. As Draven Taric is a very strong lane, but they're just not playing it safely enough until levels 3 and 4. When Taric can really get his full combo going. They really need those extra levels. Just play it safe until then. Draven's still farming a tower, but he is going to be taken fairly low. Will Ezreal go down to that last tower shot? No, he will not. But that means Draven does get some free farm, which he desperately needs at this point. Shen up top versus Rumble, and Rumble is getting zoned out basically completely at this point. And I'm not sure what Rumble can really do to get back in this, as Shen is so incredibly strong. Though I guess Shen will be out of lane when he teleports, and Rumble can pick up some farm then. It's a pretty daunting task, considering how far he is behind at this point. Looks like Malzahar has had to go back against his Twisted Fate. Twisted Fate leading in CS. Malzahar picking up the double Duran's rings. I'd have liked to see him start off with the Crystalline Flask, as that's just such a good item to start off with in mid lane. It gives you health, it gives you mana. And you can also pick up some other items off of it. Right now, Rumble up top is just farming, and Shen's deciding not to go in and really try and fight this. I think he could easily fight and beat Rumble at this point, as he does have a good CS lead and a slight experience lead as well. But he's just going to farm back and wait for something to happen. Xin and Xin are going to meet up in the jungle, with Xin getting the better of that engagement thanks to a smite of the Blue Wraith. And we will see a 1,500 gold lead approximately for the blue team at this point. Malzahar is going to roam up top, and will he be able to get onto Shen before he teleports away? His flash is down. Malzahar does run up top. Pops the silence, but not in range, as he does wisely flash away and dash. That was a rather poor gank by Malzahar. Should have waited for Shen to come out of the bushes. But he's going to just sit around. No, he's going to run back mid lane, as Xin Zhao had to hold mid lane as well. Rumble did get up to 6 during all of that and has recovered fairly well, despite being down 25 CS. Right now, Twisted Fate has hit 6, and I expect to see some roaming from him pretty soon. The Malzahar does do a good job of pushing every time Twisted Fate will leave the lane. Ezreal has picked up an early Sheen. You see Draven going for an early pickaxe and dagger. Xin Zhao going for the Sightstone, likely to go the tanky version. Xin is going to come in here for the blue buff. Will he be able to steal it? No. It's not, as he was waiting for Malzahar to rotate over. Malzahar does rotate over. Xin with a big damage. Malzahar does pop the ultimate. And will it be enough? As it looks like Shen is coming down and Malzahar will go down. Looks like we do have a kill for Xin Zhao as well. Will Xin Zhao be able to get away? Looks like he does have Ghost and will just barely die to the last tick of Ignite. Twisted Fate ultimate has been popped as well. But overall, a 1-for-1 trade. And Rumble getting some nice, much needed farm up top. Draven pushed back to the tower. And that's not where you want to be as a Draven Taric lane. Draven Taric lane, you want to sit near the middle of the wave and use those bushes to get up and try and start something. You're much stronger than Janna, Ezreal early game. But even though Janna Ezreal is much better late game thanks to Janna's wide array of crowd control effects and the fact that her passive is really strong mid game, as it does give the entire team movement speed. It allows them to be just a little faster everywhere around the map. Gold lead has increased to 3,000 gold as there is a 3-kill advantage for the blue team. Ezreal does pop the ultimate, and it does hit Draven. Draven getting very low, but a nice stun by Taric means that Draven will be safe, but he is forced to go back to base, and that will give Ezreal a lot of room to just farm. Shen has picked up the Wit's End. Xin going for the Wriggles Lantern, having played the Vampiric Scepter and Maladrin's Razor. We do see Janna with the Philosopher's Stone. Twisted Fate going with the Double Duran's Rings. Taric picking up a Ruby Crystal in addition to the Crystalline Flask. Looks like Xin and Xin Zhao are going to meet up in the jungle, but Xin is just going to jump away. Though he decides not to, Xin Zhao does get the jump on him. Shen is there to cover his rear. Malzahar tried to rotate down bottom, popping Ghost, but his ultimate is on cooldown. Now just going off. He had to wait a few seconds to actually let it go off, but it is not enough to kill Twisted Fate as he misses. But will he go down to the... No, he does not go down to the... What is that? Void? Call of the Void or Malefic Visions. I haven't seen a Malzahar played in so long, I don't remember what his abilities are called. Rumble up top getting jumped in by Shen with a taunt. And it looks like Rumble will be just fine. Silly directed camera jumping me around, but oh well. Looks like Draven is getting a lot of harassment by its Ezreal. That early Shen pickup is going to make sure that every single one of his Mystic shots just chunks down the health of Draven and keeps Taric low on mana so he can't pull off his combo. And right now, this is in the blue team's control completely, sitting at a 4,000 gold lead. And it's only going to get bigger. Rumble does pop the ultimate up top, but Shen will be safe thanks to his innate tankiness. Looks like Twisted Fate wanted to go down bottom, but is met by Xin Zhao. And Xin Zhao does jump in on him, and he will get knocked up. Will there be enough follow-up damage? I don't think there will be unless Malzahar gets in range, but no, they decide to back up. As Xin is going to go steal the red buff, and he is going to go grab the race as well. We do see up top, Rumble is not in good shape against this Shen, as Rumble really needs to go back. He will be picking up Haunting Guys. At this point, you do see Twisted Fate going for that early Lich Bane. We will have likely a Catalyst and Rod of Ages next on to Malzahar. Janna's picked up that Kage's lucky pick. Xin Zhao with the Spirit Stone and Berserker Greaves. And Shen's just going to have a fun time pushing all day long. Xin will be sitting in the enemy's jungle the entire time, though Xin Zhao might get caught out here as he does decide to go do those golems. Will he? No, he does not. Even though he is in a little bit of danger should something happen. Will they decide to tower dive is the question, and I don't think they will. Malzahar has tried to come down bottom, but Twisted Fate will spot him out. As he was just a little too far from that bottom lane. And I really wouldn't want to see a gank down bottom, as every single gank could basically be a 4-man gank for the blue team, as Twisted Fate and Shen can basically be anywhere. Miss on the axes by Draven, and Draven will be taken out. And that's what I was saying. That's a 4-man gank, and this will be Dragon as well. No hope for Taric. Wisely deciding not to burn his flash and just accept the death. 5,000 gold lead for the blue team. And that's the power of this Rome comp. You have Shen, who can be basically anywhere on the map. Twisted Fate as well. You have Ezreal, who can ultimate anywhere on the map for a good bit of damage. And you have Xin with a high mobility, who can get onto anyone who tries something. It's like Xin and Janna are going to be trying to hunt down this Malzahar. Janna with the flash slow and the exhaust. Malzahar will throw out his combo on her, but Xin is here to land another so, and there's Shen with a taunt. And this is a dead Malzahar. And this is probably the reason why we don't see Malzahar very often, is he's just a little too soft and just a little too slow around the map. He doesn't have those mobility skills that everyone seems to like at the moment. Looks like Taric is trying to defend this middle turret, but he is not in good shape at this point, as the first turn of the game was taken down mid Up top, Rumble is doing a good bit of damage, but Shen with a big taunt, and that means that is a dead Xin Zhao. Will Xin Zhao try to get the tower? He will get the tower at the last moment, but trading for his life. Draven and Ezreal fight down bottom as Ezreal gets the best of him. He will live that Ignite. Rumble will get the kill on Lee Sin, but Shen picks up a kill on top of it, making the score 11-2. And this gold lead is pretty ridiculous as the red team will lose another tower in mid. Though Twisted Fate decides not to go for the tower and just go out for the harass onto Taric. I'm not sure that's the wisest idea, as he had basically a free tower there if he continued auto-attacking it. And right now, Shen is in a great place at this point. He has a ton of gold. We do have Twisted Fate who can pick up his Lich Band at any point now. Trinity Force completed on Ezreal. Lee Sin with the Wriggles Lantern and BF Sword. We do have, looks like, Xin Zhao going for the, I believe it's the Ancient Lizard version of the Spirit Stone. I don't remember, as I've never seen the attack damage version actually built. It's a decent item, but it's just not that good compared to the other versions, where you get something kind of unique with it, like the really high spell vamp or the tenacity. Looks like Rumble's completed Haunting Guys and an additional Amplifying Tome, likely going to be building that into a Hextech Revolver. Ezreal is spotted out here. Will Malzahar be able to land his combo on him? He does flash and pop the ultimate as Xin Zhao does jump in. Ezreal is in no good shape here, but he will be safe thanks to the fact Janna just runs in there. Xin Zhao does get the knock up and Janna knocks him right back into it, though Ezreal is going to go down. Question is who will pay for it, and it looks like Twisted Fate jumps in there and Xin Zhao does pay for it. Lee Sin also jumping in, getting the shield for some big damage as he does jump in on Draven, and Draven will go down as well. Will Malzahar or Taric also fall in this engagement? I don't think they will. They should be able to get back on time, but the Ignite will finish off Malzahar at the very end, and a nice kick by Lee Sin finishes him off. Lee Sin does go in on Taric, and Taric will get the best of him here. Though Shen ultimate does come out, and that means Taric is in big trouble as the taunt goes across, and that is an ace for the blue team, as they just use the power of the globals and heavy mobility. Janna provide every single one of their team has insane mobility across the map with the ultimates of Shen and Twisted Fate. Janna's passive, and the fact she gets a ridiculous amount of movement speed from Zephyr, and the fact that Lee Sin is just naturally incredibly mobile. Along with that, Ezreal baited him for a good while with his Essence Flux and Flash. Really made them go a little too deep for that kill, and they paid the price for it, losing the first neighbor of the game at just before the 17-minute mark. Lee Sin going to go steal the red buff away as well, as Lee Sin is in a great position at this point, and picked up the BF Sword and Wriggles Lantern. Shard of True Ice up on Janna, and we'll take a quick look at the gold, as we see every single one on the blue team is ahead of the red team's entire team, with the exception of Janna, by just a few hundred gold. Looks like Malzahar has completed a Catalyst, and Ezreal will be caught out here. Will he go down? No, because Janna is here to save the day, just zoning them out with a tornado and preventing Malzahar from popping his ultimate, though he does pop his ultimate on Janna. Janna will go down to that pool, but Malzahar will pay for it with his life. And trading a Janna for Malzahar, not a bad trade at all, especially considering Janna is not on a killer death spree. Sheen with that Phage is going to go to work here on Taric, getting a few good procs in. Rumble trying to come in through the back, but not having any luck, as Lee Sin and Twisted Fate are going to come down bottom. Twisted Fate's ultimate is down at the moment. Will Lee Sin land his Sonic Wave? He might just try and land it on minions and jump forward, but he's faster than Draven, and he will be able to land it rather easily at this point. And that is a dead Draven, but no, he kicks a little too soon, and Lee Sin goes down. That's the only thing that can really help the red team come back in here, but no, Twisted Fate with the wild cards finishing things off down bottom. I thought they were both going to be able to get away, but they walked right into both of those wild cards. And that's exactly what Twisted Fate needed, and something the red team can't have, giving up free kills. They're already down very heavily, 12,000 gold at the just before the 20-minute mark. The Audrey's Torment up onto Rumble, and they decided not to go for the Spell Vamp build. We see Draven with a pickaxe and double Duran's blades. We have the Elder Lizard version of the Spirit Stone picked up onto Xin Zhao. Last Whisper finished up on Ezreal. Death Cap onto Twisted Fate. Eternity Force finished up on Shen. Bloodthirster on Xin. Catalyst up on Malzahar, almost into a Rod of Ages. Taric has picked up the Ruby Sight Stone and Philosopher's Stone, in addition to that Crystalline Flask. And Xin is going to have a good time this game. And the entire blue team is just having fun with it. They picked a perfect lineup to just punish a solo or a ranked team game. And when you're playing this kind of global lineup, it is hard, and it punishes people. It's just hard to play against, and as I said, it's punishing if you make mistakes. And they have made a bunch of them. This Twisted Fate comes in from the back, and there's going to be several kills by Xin, and it looks like Twisted Fate will finish off Rumble, landing a nice wild card onto Draven at the end. And that Twisted Fate is pretty legendary, and that should be game at this point, right at the 20-minute mark, as they can just barrel down this mid lane, and there is no chance for any return. As Malzahar and Draven are pretty weak, Taric and Rumble and Xin Zhao still with 10 seconds on him. Nice gold card into taunt combo by Twisted Fate. And this Draven just never got anything rolling. And he does go down in the fountain thanks to some wild cards by Twisted Fate. And they're just going to be tower diving at this point. It really doesn't matter. They don't have any concern about who's going to win this game. 17,000 gold lead. And Xin Zhao tries to get in there on Twisted Fate, but Twisted Fate having none of it as he just bursts down that Rumble. Huge CS leads for everyone on the blue team as this game ends, as soon as the minions decide to end it, as they're basically trolling at this point. And there we go. That just came down to the picks and bans, and the blue team knowing how to play that global mobility roam style really well. Twisted Fate and Shen really took advantage of their globals, snowballing that bottom lane pretty hard. And yeah, you can see that in the fact that look at where the deaths are concentrated. 3 deaths on Xin, 2 on Janna, out of their 5 kills.
Thank you for watching Games Cast by PanderNyrl. If you wish to see more, follow my YouTube and Twitch pages below.